Hey guys, it's Bobby. If you're listening, congratulations. You know how to stream a podcast. Listen, I'm not even hating because I didn't for a while. I've been a big podcast guy for years now, but everybody has to start out new. Maybe you're new to the podcast. It's cool. And let me recommend another podcast that I like called Movie Mike's Movie Podcast, hosted by Mike D from the show. Oh, by the way, I'm still in a kitchen in California recording this. We did a best of on the radio show today, so there is no new episode to load. So I thought, well, if someone's bored and the only entertainment they have, they were only able to subscribe to one feed or they would get grounded. I wanted to make sure they would still have something to listen to. And so I'm going to put this episode of Mike D's. You may know Mike D from the show. He always has an interesting movie topic every week. Plus, he gives spoiler-free movie reviews. That is important. And he brings you all the latest movie news for things to watch for. If you love Christmas movies, I think you'll like this episode where he talks about the most re-watchable Christmas movies. Check it out and subscribe. It's a big thing. Go subscribe. You can use another podcast in your life, a good one. Search for Movie Mike on iHeartRadio or wherever you listen to your podcast. Wherever you're listening to this, go search Movie Mike. All right, there you go.
Christmas. You don't like me singing?
I just wasn't expecting that.
Oh, it's a Christmas episode.
I wasn't expecting you to start it so strong.
Welcome everybody to the Christmas episode. I even busted out the lights on the table we are recording on. I know you can't see them if you're listening to this, but I wanted the aesthetic to be Christmas.
It's very Christmas. We did take off the pumpkin that we
I know. I don't want to get rid of him yet. But anyway, everybody, welcome to the podcast. I brought my co-host and fiance on because she loves Christmas movies. So she's going to give her top 5 Christmas movies. I'm going to give my top 5 movies for people who don't like Christmas to watch around the holidays.
Wait, who don't like Christmas or don't like Christmas movies?
Don't like Christmas movies.
Okay, you said who don't like Christmas.
Maybe you don't like Christmas either. I'll get into my feelings on Christmas movies here later in the episode. And then we're also going to review Happiest Season, which came out on Hulu that we were both excited for. We'll tell you our thoughts on that movie. Thanks, everybody, for listening to the podcast. Without any further ado, let's get started.
In a world where everyone and their mother has a podcast, one man stands to infiltrate the ears of listeners like never before in a movie podcast. A man with so much movie knowledge, he's basically like a walking IMDb with glasses. From the Nashville Podcast Network, this is Movie Mike's Movie Podcast.
All right, so we're going to start it off. I want you to give your top 5 Christmas movies. Now, these are ones you watch every single year, right?
Yes.
And you love Christmas movies.
I love Christmas movies.
About when do you think it's acceptable to start watching a Christmas movie? Because we're just about to get into December. When do you think you would normally bust them out?
I mean, I put up our Christmas trees on November 1st, so I think I was like in the Christmas spirit by then.
So November 1st.
Yeah, I don't think there's also any rules anymore in 2020. Like, do whatever makes you happy.
That's
Christmas
true.
movies make me happy.
I guess Lifetime started playing them around October.
Which, disclaimer, there will be no Lifetime or Hallmark movies on my list. Love those. They don't make the list.
I don't think they make mine either. I think we each either picked theatrical releases or streaming movies is what we did. All right, let's get into your list. Hit me with number 5.
All right, my number 5 top Christmas movie is Nothing Like the Holidays. It has John Leguizamo and Deborah Messing, and I just think it's so cute.
When did you first watch this movie?
Oh, I think it came out in 2007, 2008, so probably then.
Yeah, 2008.
Okay, so yeah, I saw it when it came out.
What makes this one of your favorites?
I just like all of the like family-oriented Christmas movies. I mean, all of them have like semi-dysfunctional families, but I just think it captures like the essence of like spending Christmas with your family. And I guess when I was younger, I liked watching them because it was people with like siblings and they all come home for Christmas. And my younger brother was born when I was 12, and so I was an only child for so long that I was like, oh, I just want like that family relationship.
You made me watch this one the other night.
I did. I will say we have watched all.
We've watched all these.
Research.
And going into this one, I thought it was going to kind of be your typical Christmas movie, which I think is why I don't love Christmas movies entirely, because they kind of feel like they have that same cheesy formula.
They do.
It comes to the very kind of cheery ending at the very end. This one, it was a little more, I don't want to say depressing, but it kind of had like a lot of issues with the family going on. That was all like, how's this all going to play out?
It was real life, and real life doesn't stop for Christmas, and it was just them figuring out how to navigate real life during the holidays.
And a rare scene for a Christmas movie, but there's a scene where somebody pulls out a gun.
Yes.
Which I wasn't expecting.
There is. You did give a little gasp at that.
Yeah, but overall, I thought this one, it didn't feel so much like a cheesy Christmas movie, and it had some elements of it being a normal movie. Would you say this is a good movie, like aside from it being a Christmas movie?
I would say yes.
Because it stands at like a 54% Rotten Tomatoes score.
Okay, well, we've already addressed before that I don't necessarily like things that Rotten Tomatoes would consider
And
good.
I feel like that's kind of where Christmas movies are. They usually have a lower rating.
I watch a movie to like be entertained and to not have to think for 2 hours. I feel like Rotten Tomatoes will give something that you have to pay attention to every second, 100%. I also have to pee all the time. So if I go see a movie, I'm missing probably like a solid 5 to 7 minutes. So I need to be able to catch up when I come back.
All right, so that's your number 5. What's your number 4?
My number 4 is The Holiday.
Okay.
Great movie. You hadn't seen it.
Nope.
You also fell asleep at the end.
I did.
So I don't feel like you can give an entirely confident review. I will say we watched it on TV. It was 3 hours long with commercial breaks. Those were unnecessary.
Who's in this one?
Kate Winslet, Jude Law, Jack Black, Cameron Diaz.
And she kind of stepped away from acting about 4 years ago, straight up retired from it. It was kind of weird seeing her and reminded of how many big movies she was in and how just famous she was.
Which we talked about last night, just like thinking back on all of the ones that she was in.
Yeah, I mean, she was one of the biggest movie stars for a very long time, from like the late 90s to the early 2000s. And for her to just kind of step away from that, I thought was kind of amazing. And I think she has really no plans of going back to acting. So who do you think this Christmas movie is for?
It's definitely a chick flick.
Definitely. Weird seeing Jack Black in this too, because he's just such a comedic actor.
And he plays a more serious role.
Yeah, he's still kind of funny, but it's a lot more serious than you're expecting from him.
I will say I feel like there's two camps of holiday movie people. You're either a Love Actually fan or a holiday fan, and I'm a holiday fan. Not saying fans of both can't love the other one, but I feel like those are the two like strong chick flick like rom-coms at Christmas that people either fall into.
And I feel
one
like
camp or the other.
So far in your list, that's kind of where you're leaning.
Yes.
Okay. What would you rate this holiday movie? I think a good holiday movie, as far as what you rate it, is rewatchability. I think that's what they shoot for when they make holiday movies.
Okay, that's
They
fair.
want movies that you can watch every single year and pretty much get into like a syndicated thing of like, okay, we can make a lot of money off this movie. That's why I feel like I don't like Christmas movies all that much, because I feel they're a little bit of a cash grab.
I'll watch them every year.
Yeah.
They have the syndication going. That one was on Lifetime all day.
Yeah.
It's literally every 3 hours
I think
on
that's
Lifetime.
the only place you can watch it for free right now if you have a Lifetime.
Yeah.
So, because the other movie, we had to pay to rent.
Yeah, we won't go into that.
Okay, we can go into that. I think there's a weird mental thing when it comes to paying for things online.
Is it because we paid for movies you've already seen?
For me, it's weird to go and pay for like an older movie. Like, I have no problem paying $20 for a brand new movie that's...
No, that's why we got into this disagreement.
And when it comes to that $3.99 or $2.99, even what it was...
See, but you won't let me buy the $2.99 one because we can't watch it in
Okay.
standard definition.
That's another thing I have. If I'm going to watch a movie, I have to watch it in HD. I don't know why. I'm very particular about the quality when it comes to watching something, because I want to see it in best quality as it can be. So I will spring for that extra buck if I'm going to pay to stream it at home.
Okay, well, luckily I had a $1 off coupon on Amazon, so we could spring for the HD.
You were like wanting to bust out the piggy bank. Like, here, I'll give you the $2.
I did. I mean, it was on my Amazon account.
Okay, so
All
there
right, back from couples therapy.
Okay. Anything else you need to say about that one?
No, it's just a good one.
I ended up what I remember from it. I thought it was pretty good. I didn't know where it was going in the beginning.
You didn't know where it was going for like the first hour.
Yeah, because it's Cameron Diaz's character goes to live where Kate Winslet's character is
Yeah,
living.
they do like a house swap.
Yeah, and then they meet somebody, and then it goes from there. I just didn't know where it was going. Ended up with a twist that I wasn't expecting, and I thought it was fine.
Yeah.
It was okay.
That was all I asked, is that you watch it with me.
Okay, hit me with your number 3.
4 Christmases.
Okay.
There's just so many good parts.
Okay, so this one I actually, if you wouldn't have forced me to watch it, again, we're seeing a theme here. You've made me watch all of these. This was the most unexpected that I actually really liked.
Had you not seen that one before either?
No.
I thought we watched that one last year at Christmas.
Yeah, but that was the first time I had seen it
Okay.
then, but it's because of you. So this is one that I actually go back and seeing like, this is actually a funny movie.
It's hilarious. My family quotes the whole thing like all year
It's
long.
a very quotable Christmas movie.
Extremely quotable.
And with this one, I also think it wasn't trying so hard to be a Christmas movie with like all these little cliches or anything. I just thought it was its own kind of funny movie. I like Vince Vaughn. I like Reese Witherspoon. I know they didn't really get along when they did the movie together, but I don't think that shows when you watch it.
No.
Favorite scene in the movie?
It has to be when they're playing Taboo.
Mine too. Either that or the scene where they're reenacting at church.
Oh yeah, those are my two favorite scenes.
The best scenes in the movie. Who do you think this Christmas movie is for? Because it's not a wholesome Christmas movie. It's not really a family Christmas movie, but it's also not like a, what's your other favorite, Bad Mom's Christmas? It's not on that end either.
I wasn't going to put that one on this list.
But that's one of your other favorites. Where do you think this kind of falls?
Your children in the room.
Because
PG-13.
Yeah, because they would play it on what, TBS?
Yeah.
Or something?
I think it's just the language that gets edited out a bit.
Yeah.
I don't really feel like there's any
it's
parts of
crude.
it that are inappropriate.
I actually enjoy this one. So this is a Christmas movie I could actually... Hey, every Christmas I could stand to watch this movie.
Okay, Tim McGraw's in it.
Tim McGraw's in it. He looks much different than...
He does look different. It's a different Tim.
This is the one movie he says he's never seen himself in.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Because he just doesn't want... Like, he saw, like, just the trailer and how he looked in it. He said, never want to watch it.
But that was also part of his character, I feel like.
Yeah. He was great in it. It's funny.
Yeah. Vince Vaughn's family in the movie, like his brothers.
Yeah, it's the best. And the kids.
The kids are even better.
All right, what's your number 2?
Elf.
Classic.
I have seen it, I don't even know how many times. Alamo Drafthouse, a movie theater in Austin, does a quote along. And so for the past 4 years, obviously not this year, I have gone to that several times. I think once with my friends, we make it our girls' Christmas night, and then once with my mom and my brothers. And so I love that movie.
Yeah, once recently we were cleaning your car. And I guess you get an elf hat every time you go.
Okay, so
it was like, here's one, here's another one. How many times have you gone to see this movie?
At Alamo Drafthouse, when you go to a quote along, it's different than seeing a typical movie there. Because if you see a movie at Alamo, you're supposed to be super quiet, no talking. At a quote along, you sing, you're loud, you're annoying. They give you props, and they give you an elf hat. And I have gone many years. I've also driven my friends several times, and they leave their elf hats in my car. So I did happen to have 5 elf hats, which you made me throw away. A little bitter about that now. It's fine.
If you've never been to an Alamo Drafthouse, it's basically a place where you can go and order food while you watch the movie.
Such good food.
Which I know some places don't get this entirely right because either the food isn't that great or it's just not a great process. But Alamo Drafthouse, I got to say, they have it down to where it's not annoying when they're running around and taking your orders. They do a pretty good job about it, and the food is actually good. And for me, being vegan, they have really great vegan options. And the thing I love about Alamo Drafthouse, besides that, is the screens are really great there, and the sound is amazing. So above all else, you get a better movie watching experience there. So if there is one around you, whenever everything's kind of back to normal, I highly recommend Alamo Drafthouse.
I will say I think Alamo Drafthouses are actually open right now with a ton of protocols in place.
Well,
so
there you go.
I know they're doing the elf screening, so please go see it on my behalf.
All right, hit us with your number 1 Christmas movie.
All right, this is going to be controversial. I did this in our podcast about my favorite movies. Overall, it's The Family Stone. Either you love it or you hate it. I don't feel like there's an in-between. People either just love the family dynamic or Sarah Jessica Parker's character ruins it for them because she's just kind of an uptight, she clears your throat a lot, she's kind of annoying, but that's the whole that's the shtick of her. That's what she's supposed to be.
I think that's just her character. That's who she is. I think even a little bit in Sex and the City, that was kind of her character of sometimes being, I don't know, annoying.
Yes.
Or just kind of
There's certain scenes that you look back and you're like, that was
very
Carrie.
I just think that's who she plays and she does it well. I don't think it should be an attack on Sarah Jessica Parker. But why do you love this movie so much?
I think it goes back to... It's one that my mom and I watch all the time. We'll watch it whenever it's on TV. We watch it every year for Christmas. I think we usually start Thanksgiving weekend and then watch it again before Christmas. So we're talking twice a year. Mm-hmm. And I think it just goes back to those memories of watching it with my mom and just pour a glass of wine, fix some cheese and crackers, turn it on. That's our movie.
So you think this is a good mom and daughter Christmas movie?
I do. Yeah. That'd be a good camp to recommend it to.
Well, there you go. I enjoyed your list.
Thank you. Did you enjoy all of my movies?
I enjoyed most of them.
What are your thoughts on The Family Stone?
Again, I would not watch it unless you even brought this movie to my attention, but we watched it again for the second time this year, and I like it.
I can't remember if you actually paid attention during it.
I did pay attention.
I feel like you were on your computer.
No, I watched the movie.
Okay.
I like it. I'm good also with this one, watching it every year.
Okay.
So there we go.
So the only one out of my list that you what's your least favorite out of my list?
Least favorite?
I could guess.
What?
The holiday.